kind of get this feeling that the Eagles' honeymoon phase with the fans after winning Super Bowl is kind of over. I'm here to remind you, it's not over. It's still happening. Relax. The Eagles will be fine. We're live talking all this, all the moves made this weekend in the NFL. Little Players Championship Monday playoff here. We got lots to talk about. We're live, 30 seconds.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 woo!
And a very good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trending in the AM right here on the STT Sports Network. We're live, always, YouTube and Twitter. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and share button. Do it all. Tell one, tell all. Trending in the AM, the number one morning show in Philadelphia, the only one where your opinions actually matter. And we got lots of things to discuss today and all week long as free agency continues on. We're less than 2 weeks away from opening day. March Madness is upon us, not that I really worry. And we got a Monday at the Players Championship going on live in about an hour. So we got lots on the agenda, lots to talk about, lots of Eagles things. But please, first and foremost, you hit that like button. You hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube and haven't. If you're watching on Twitter, share it out. Find the YouTube page and hit subscribe on there. We are now 32 subscribers away from 500. So the race is almost over to 500. So please get all that liking and subscribing in. I greatly appreciate it. Rory, that is correct. We are hopefully, patiently waiting for the Rory McIlroy win here. My largest single bet ever made on an outright in golf was this week on Rory, K1. So I need this. I need this win from Rory. I do. I definitely need it. So we got playoffs in golf going on today. We've got baseball on the horizon. We got March Madness on the horizon. But I want to kick off this Monday with some Eagles talk. And the first thing that I'm thinking of throughout the Eagles adding 4 more free agents, losing 2 more players in free agency. I just feel that the honeymoon phase with the Super Bowl team is over. And I don't understand why. Good morning, Duck. Hope you are well. Hope you are good today. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Every Monday morning's beautiful. But the honeymoon phase ended a lot quicker than I thought. The honeymoon phase ended so quickly. Everybody told me, don't worry. Tyler Steen's fine to play right guard. Mekhi Becton leaves. Friday afternoon, signs with the Chargers, 2 years, $20 million. And everybody's blasting Howie for missing out on it. Everyone says the only priority is to get Zach Bond. Keep Zach Bond. He does. But it wasn't good enough in the end. Howie Roseman has a plan. Howie Roseman's not going to let this team not compete for a Super Bowl every year for the next 4, 5, 6 years. But we're reacting to the loss of certain free agents while he's still bringing in guys in such an overreactionary way. I kind of feel bad for Eagles Nation. Enjoy it. It's only our second time ever having an offseason as Super Bowl champions. And we're freaking out because he signed Kylen Granson, Charley Hughlett, Patrick Johnson, and Avery Williams over the weekend. 3 depth pieces, and a new long snapper. Meanwhile, losing Mekhi Becton and Paris Campbell went to the Cowboys this weekend. I didn't know. I saw one person upset that we let Paris Campbell go. Like, seriously. The Eagles can't sign everybody. They can't keep everybody. They can't sign everybody. But what Howie could do is go out there and find strong depth pieces, Strong moves to bring in different people. Kylen Granson, 26-year-old tight end, who has had moments in the NFL on a bad Colts team with bad quarterback play. Patrick Johnson, special teams guy, still needs special teams player. Avery Williams, a better version of Britton Covey, more flexible version of Britton Covey. These are moves that are being made to fix the peripheral of this team, fix the outer edges of this team, and meanwhile, 17 of our 22 starters are returning. So I'm not sure what Eagles fans want. This is what happens when a younger fan base that has not known adversity. Is that what you think it is, Duck? That the fans overreacting are the young ones? Because I don't know about that. It very well could be the old people overreacting as well. I'm not positive. I think it's more the portion of the fan base that believes every word that comes out of the media's mouth. They're the problem. They're the ones overreacting. Because I'm seeing people online, respond to things that the radio personalities are saying, and the radio personalities are the ones that are crushing Howie. 2025 might be a bit of a transition year with some key positions in young talent. They have 5 picks in the top 100 in 2026. Howie's keeping an eye on the big picture. I don't think when you use the word transition year, you're already considering them not Super Bowl contenders, Dives, in my opinion. And that's not the case. It's a transition year in the sense where maybe they're not going to go 14-3 or 15-2. But I still fully expect this team to win the NFC East. I still fully expect this team to be competing for a Super Bowl. The team is still the same. And the transition year with spending money is that way, not just because of the draft picks, because you got Jalen Carter on the rise. Jalen Carter, who's going to set the market. I looked it up the other day. Top defensive players. You got Myles Garrett's getting $40 million a year. Max Crosby, 35.5. Nick Bosa, 34. Chris Jones, 31.75. Jalen Carter's going to beat all that. Jalen Carter's going to get a 4-year, $160 million deal, at least. And that's part of the thing. What's up, Little G? Good morning to you. Hope you are well. I'm going with the flow until you had Kotite as your head coach. You don't know suffering. That's true. Absolutely. Unless you lived in the Buddy Ryan era and all that suffering. You don't know suffering until you become a Phillies fan for 40 years. It's ironic that national media recognizes how he's a genius, but local media trashes him. Yeah. K1, absolutely. I mean, I look at what Howie does or has done this offseason. And I don't understand what the fans want. Has the local media made our fan base dumb? Now, there's certain chats on certain shows. There's certain people that understand what's going on. Certain people that understand that we're a week and a half, 2 weeks into the offseason and how he's had offseason success around the draft, not just drafting, but trades, has brought in players in training camp that were impactful. Howie isn't remotely done, but have we gotten dumb? I don't know. Chat, wish me luck. Oh, cool, congratulations. You will. You don't need luck. You just will line that shit up. You're not my new pizza guy that's coming in this week, is it, Marshawn? Just kidding. Bad word. They're still continuing. Yeah, transition year is like 2020 into 2021. That was a retool, not a rebuild. Transition year is like when you're trying to set the bar very low. The Phillies or the Eagles aren't setting the bar low. Again, 9, if Dallas Goedert goes, 9 of their 11 starters are returning. And that's if Dallas Goedert goes. Maybe there's 10 of the 11 starters returning, and Tyler Steen has been here for 2 years. On defense, you've lost Milton Williams, Chauncy Gardner Johnson, and Darius Slay. 2 starters, and one rotational guy in Milton Williams. You've got the core still here. Literally. 17 or 18 starters are replaced or are returning. So I don't like the word transition. Good luck. Yeah, you got this, Marshawn. You do. Absolutely. It's that time of year where people are concerned about who we lost and not understand who we still have. Exactly. They're worried about who we lost, not understanding the business of football is you can't just, like you see, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins signed the biggest 2 wide receiver deals, biggest combo deal on the market. And you wonder why the Bengals can't pay anybody else. Howie beats everything to the market. Howie has a plan. We never go into a season without a strong chance on offense and defense. Like, you could what would you rather have? Yeah, the Bengals are spending big money on their 2 guys. They could have spent that money 2 years ago on those 2 guys, but they keep effing it up. Howie Roseman's planning now for Jalen Carter. Howie Roseman's planning now for Jordan Davis, which is a topic this week. What to do with Jordan Davis. But Howie's got all this Cam Jurgens situation that he's got to deal with. You can't just pay every big name. This is not the way the NFL works. Yeah, you have a Bazoo Hoot kind of day too. I'm going to have a Rory kind of a day. That's what I want to have. I want to have a Rory kind of a day. Howie is doing what we wanted in 18, but complained we didn't. We will never be happy. I mean, I'm always happy, Big Al. And I don't understand why the fan base can't be happy this offseason, which is funny because the fan base is freaking out about Howie Roseman's offseason thus far, which I think has actually been pretty damn good, underappreciated, but freaking out about it. But I posted a question on Sunday morning on my Twitter page about, is it time to take the Eagles flag down and put the Phillies flag up? And so many Eagles fans are like, no, you leave the flag up all year because they're defending Super Bowl champions. If I had done it in a poll, it would have been like 90-10. And there was a lot of people commenting on it. So the fan base is still in love with the Eagles, but they're pivoting. It's a good golf term, pivoting. Golf DFS word there. They're pivoting to hating Howie again. Because unless they got somebody to hate, they don't know. Like, you can't hate Nick Sirianni anymore. You can't call for Nick Sirianni's job anymore. You can't bash Jalen Hurts anymore unless you're Nick Wrong or Chris Simpleton. They're the only people that are allowed to bash Hurts anymore. So you got to have somebody to bash. So they're choosing Howie, who's having a very smart, not great, but smart offseason. That's right. This fan base is driven by the toxic sport media. When they overreact when there isn't even enough data to react. Yes. Yes, exactly. And of course I say something positive about Jalen Hurts. I think Zach is the new pump man. I love you, Zach. I do. But your hatred of Jalen Hurts is extremely misplaced. And he did not get carried. He carried this team. We aren't happy unless we're miserable. It's kind of our jam. Like Zach. Zach's miserable. Jalen Hurts just led us to a Super Bowl. But yet, Zach can't enjoy it at all because Jalen Hurts won the MVP, and that would be against his way of feeling about this team. Why do we have to be miserable as fans? Why do we have to be miserable? We literally have been to 3 Super Bowls in 8 years. At what point in Eagles history has it been that successful? We craved constant success in Eagles history. We finally got it, and yet we're still miserable. We can't just enjoy it. Like, I'd like to spend today talking about Charley Hughlett, new long snapper. Why are we moving on from Nick Lovato? Was that the problem with Jake Elliott? Or Kylen Granson, new tight end? Can he do anything in the backup role? Or Avery Williams, the fact that he's a really good kick and punt returner means we're moving on from Britton Covey. But he's also got experience playing defense. He's also got experience playing offense. Like, what kind of creativeness can Avery Williams bring to this team? That's what we could be discussing today. The loss of Mekhi Becton. Will Tyler Steen be ready? But instead, we feel like I got to address the grumpy, miserable media that are creating grumpy, miserable fans. And it's kind of annoying to an extent. What? I don't speak Spanish. They are not seeing that Howie's actually getting guys they look at in the draft. A lot of these guys, and it's a huge point, Doug, guys we looked at in drafts or in previous off seasons as free agents and didn't get them. Guys that they already liked. That is a very, very fair point. Last stretch like this was for the Eagles was in the late 1940s. I don't even think you're old enough to remember that time frame, Anthony. Philly fans are like a dog chasing its tail. If he actually got it, he wouldn't know what to do with it. If you know, you know. I got you. And that's fair. That is very fair. We also have a new assistant head coach. That's right. I got his name written down here somewhere. Where did I write it down? I think it was on this page. Yeah. Georgia assistant quarterback coach Montgomery Van Goedert, a former Notre Dame coach. Another Georgia guy. We're basically turning into the Georgia Eagles, or would we be the Philadelphia Bulldogs? Would we be the Georgia Eagles or the Philadelphia Bulldogs? Philadelphia Bulldogs. And good. Two college coaches brought in the ranks. This Georgia kid that's being brought in, I like this addition. He's 26 or 27 years old. Very inexperienced, but we got to start developing the coaches of tomorrow in this franchise. As we continue to succeed, our coaches will continue to get poached. So in 2 or 3 years, this guy, Montgomery, might be in line to be a quarterback coach or something like that. Development. We don't just develop players. We're developing coaches as well. And you got to love that. Creating a pipeline to Georgia, basically. I'm old, but not that quite old. Look, I feel that old today. I won't lie, Anthony. I'm definitely feeling the age today. But we could talk so many different things. And I really thought today's show would have initially started out with a Mekhi Becton versus Tyler Steen conversation. But all the people that said it's okay to lose Mekhi Becton then freaked out as soon as we lost Mekhi Becton. And yes, the Mekhi Becton deal is very curious to me. He only got 2 years, $20 million. Didn't say how much of it was guaranteed. Probably not a lot. Probably 12 million, 13 million guaranteed. Goes to show what the league felt of Mekhi Becton's 1 year in Philadelphia. I saw one guy sharing him getting blown up by Jarrett Verse in the snow game. So maybe Mekhi Becton wasn't even as good as we thought he was, and the league saw through it. And I wanted Mekhi Becton to say that's perfectly. I've been very honest and open about that. Tyler Steen, Trevor Keegan, Kenyon Green, one of those three should be capable, more than capable, of stepping into the position. I was at a 3-year-old's birthday party. I had to have caught something. Those kids are all, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Nobody hates Howie. It's just obvious he is managing the cap instead of buying into Howie magic propaganda. We call it like we see it. He's picking through the trash pile looking for gems. And there's nothing wrong. Every team, Keith, picks through the trash pile at some point. Normally they spend big and then pick through the trash pile. The Eagles are starting with the trash pile because he does have to manage the cap. He does know what is Jalen Carter's contract extension going to look like next year. Right now, Myles Garrett signed $4 for $160, $40 a year. The highest paid defensive tackle per year is Chris Jones at $31.75. Is it crazy to think that Jalen Carter's going to get 4 years, $160 million? I don't. And he's got to prepare for that. He's got to prepare for what to do with Jordan Davis. Pick up his 5th-year option at $13 million, almost $13 million. Extend him at a cheaper deal. He's got to extend Cam Jurgens. Very, very, very important thing to do. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. It's just something I say all the time. No speak of Spanish. Well, that's your fault, man. Steen will be fine. The league would have given him more money with one more year at Stoutland U and a successful season. Yeah. The league sees something like Bryce Huff having 1 year of success in the Jets, get a big money deal and fail. Maybe they were scared that 1 year was not enough success for Mekhi Becton to pay him well. And Tyler Steen filled in nicely. Tyler Steen's a blue chip prospect. Tyler Steen's been a student of Stoutland U for several years. Anybody that's concerned with Tyler Steen shouldn't be. Again, you also have Lane Johnson and Cam Jurgens on each side of you. Trevor Keegan, I've seen a few people talk about. That could be a dark horse to even compete with Steen. I don't know. And then you got Kenyon Green, the developmental project. Exactly. Zach Bond was the trash pile. So was Oren Burks, who filled in nicely at moments. Mekhi Becton was a trash pile. Howie thrives on these things. What's up, Rick? Hope you had a great weekend. Howie knows what he's doing. Howie does. Howie's got a plan. And I love some of these additions that he's made. The potential. He's brought in 4 this weekend, and then what was the week last week? 1, 2, 3, 7. I count 7 free agents he's brought in. Maybe 8. I don't think I have A.J. Dillon on that list. So 8 free agents he's brought in. All trash piles. At least 2 of them are going to be major contributors on this team next year. Mark my words. Well, the long snapper obviously will be. Avery Williams could be. Kylen Granson could be. 9 people counting the trade that brings in Kenyon Green. Josh Uche is going to be a contributor. He knows what he's doing. Carter's going to get more than 4 for 160. Yeah, I'm saying 4 for 160 is the starting point, at least. That kind of money has to come from somewhere, without a doubt. You can't pay a defensive tackle $160 million and then also sign everybody else. You got to have young players. You got to have trash pile, as it's called. You got to have young drafted players. Someone's telling me because the Bengals gave Jamar and T all that money that they're not going to be able to afford Trey Hendrickson, so now go sign him. Well, unfortunately, if you trade for Trey Hendrickson, where's that money coming from? It's coming from Jalen Carter's contract. Now, sure, I would love Trey Hendrickson. But would I love Trey Hendrickson at the cost of causing problems and re-signing Jalen Carter? No. What? America approval rating for direction. Whatever. They push and trade for Dallas. What? Steen will transition seamlessly into the right guard. Well, I mean, he's already a right guard. He's already transitioned in the position. Transitioned in the starter role. I hope he will. And I won't, how do I say it? I won't doubt the move until he gives me a reason to doubt it. I'm going to go in confident like you that he could do it. It's like you got to earn it normally. Instead of having to earn it, he's got to earn my hate for it, if that makes sense, to an extent. Let's not forget the 2 big signings last year and was a stud. I mean, you spent a lot of money on Saquon Barkley, too. Can't forget about that. We don't even know what we will get in the draft yet, so why is everyone freaking out? Because, again, everybody can't be happy. Seriously, all we got to do is be happy because we are Super Bowl champions. We've got to be excited that we're still reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl NFL champions. Lyman needs to play violently with fluidity to thrive in Stoutland's system. That's fine. Is that something that Steen can't do or something that, are you concerned with somebody there that can't do that? I'm just curious. Are you just trying to explain it, or are you pointing to somebody else there? Becton was just product. And it's very possible, Showboat fan, it's very possible Becton goes to the Chargers and struggles. I mean, he will have Joe Alt on the same O-line as him. Joe Alt play the right side? Kind of like Lane Johnson? So maybe. But there is a chance that Becton was just a product of the system. We've seen it. We've fallen for it in the other direction before Memphis. Before, where we've brought in guys like Byron Maxwell or DeMarco Murray, who were just products of systems or washed when they got here. We've been burned by that before. No one is celebrating Howie being smart enough to get AJ and Smitty locked down. I am. I'm celebrating it. Howie Roseman's playing chess when everybody else is playing checkers. The Bengals could have given those deals. Higgins has wanted that extension for 2 off seasons now. But they didn't do it. Jamar Chase has wanted that extension for a while. Now, Jamar Chase is number 1, 2, or 3. It's him, it's Justin Jefferson, and it's A.J. Brown. They're the 3 best wide receivers in football. Probably A.J. Brown's number 3. But you could have gotten them cheaper if you would have done it sooner. Now the Bengals are going to have to move on from Trey Hendrickson. And wanting the first, now it's going to say, well, we'll accept the third. The difference between what Howie does and he projects into the future so well of what the trends and contracts are going to be and gets the deals done now. Some people might criticize him for giving the extra money to Saquon. But just remember, next offseason, when he would have been up for an extension and other running backs are getting big money deals, he set the bar. Now, other teams are going to have to pay even more. The Eagles set the bar so that other teams have to reset the bar. We are. We're 32. We're 1 away from Mitchie Poo's goal. We started the show at 468 subscribers. Had a nice little boost in subscribers this past 3 days. But we really want the 500, not the 469. We want the 500. That's the goal. 32 away, so please. That's why it's so important to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And once you've done that, hit the share and share it on one social media platform. That is the key. Mitchie Poo is always lurking. Say his name and he appears. I'm so excited to see what Steen can do this year. I think Steen was supposed to be the starter last year, Anthony. He got hurt, and Mekhi Becton ripped the job from his hands. Plain and simple. Now, when he came back, he never re-ripped the job back away from Mekhi Becton. But I'm hoping that Trevor Keegan, as some people are telling me, is ready for the next step. Because Tyler Steen was very important on this team last year. Because whenever somebody would go down, people would shuffle and Tyler Steen would be the first in. You need a guy that could play multiple positions and bounce around. Lane Johnson misses time from now to here and then. Jordan Mailata missed time last year. Landon Dixon, Cam Jurgens, always got injury issues there. So Trevor Keegan better be the next guy up. Who would be worried about losing a few backups? Well, we're worried about losing 4 starters. Happy Eagles fan right here. I'm a happy Eagles fan too. I'm happy that the Players' Championship playoff is about to start in 31 minutes. Let's go, Rory McIlroy. The rest of the league, though, product. What? Phillies win the World Series. Yeah. I heard a couple of Phillies got banged up yesterday. Rick, Max Kepler, and Brandon Marsh both pulled in the first inning. Thing I'm most excited for, Rick, baseball regular season-wise, Andrew Painter's Major League Baseball debut. Can't wait for that sometime in July. Cannot wait for it. Yeah, I have faith that the Phillies will win a lot of games. I don't have faith in the playoffs yet, Anthony. But I love Rick's positivity. Eagles are stacked. Where to go in draft? Defensive tackle, depth, safety. Well, it'll be defensive tackle or defensive end in the first round. Safety is a need, but I don't see the Eagles drafting a first-round safety. That's not Howie's style. Second, third round maybe, but not first round, if they even keep their first-round pick. We have a ton of draft next year due to how great these guys were let walk. We will use that draft capital to get the locker room replenished with young, cheap talent. Yeah, so you got 4 compensatory picks coming in next year, a 3rd, 4th, 5th, and a 6th. Good. Got something like 11 draft picks next year. And I fully expect Howie to trade. Wheel and deal. If there's a guy, if he wants Starks at safety in the first round, he's got the ammo to trade up. If he wants somebody else, he's got the ammo to trade up. That is right. It is St. Patty's Day. See, I got a little green in my shirt for St. Patty's Day. Had a couple stouts last night, Guinness stouts last night at dinner. I got to work all day today. But happy St. Patrick's Day to all that celebrate the beer drinking holiday of the year. What's a better beer drinking holiday? St. Patty's Day or 3/16? Austin just whooped your ass. Both are big drinking days. Put out more shorts. I've been ready that a lot of young viewers use that. Yes, I've been trying. And I do gain some followers through the shorts. I do good with the views on them too. I need stuff to say in those shorts. But yes, I've been trying to put the shorts out. More shorts at your Dominican prior to. Yeah, you love that. You love that. I'm a huge Michigan fan for a long time, but Keegan isn't taking the right guard spot from Steen this season. I don't expect him to, but we need Keegan to be good enough to play the Steen role last year. First guy off the bench, the long reliever, so to speak. The guy that comes in when somebody comes out and the line shuffles around them. Kenyon Green was a first-round pick and a right guard. Tyler Steen played tackle in college, and he was a third-rounder. Steen can play guard, but it's not his natural position. I thought Kenyon Green was a left guard. I think Kenyon Green was a left guard. Never played at right side, if my reading was accurate. But, yeah, Kenyon Green was one of the worst guards in football last year as well. Good morning, Eric. The gatekeeper is here. The show can begin. The viewership is dreadful today. I guess everybody's getting up waiting to watch Players Championship and not watching me instead. So let's hit that like button. Well, let's hit that share button. Let's get people in here. The rest of the league did not believe in Becton. It's true. It's true. Mekhi Becton played at a Pro Bowl level last year. And not one person wanted to give him the big money contract. I thought he was going to get $350 at least. $348, $350 at least. A lot of people had no faith in the Eagles going into the season. That turned out really well. I had faith. I had a lot of faith in the Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, I want the Phillies to be great. And I think they will be in the regular season. Question is, what about the postseason? I heard rumor Howie taking with Carolina about possibility of Dallas and Huff. Carolina wants Dallas Goedert and Bryce Huff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Carolina would offer for that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't heard that. Eagles have 5 of the top 100 picks, and I know it's when I heard it said like that for the first time. I knew they had a lot of draft picks next year, but when I heard 5 top 100 picks, my God, Howie can move up to any spot in the draft this year or next year with that much capital. But Zoon St. Patty's Day to all. That's right. That's right. I'm checking out some of these new additions. I like the guy we got from the Chiefs, Uche. Don't call me Uche. He's not Uche, but he's Uche. Yeah, I kind of like him. I like the Avery Williams, guy from Atlanta, punt and kick returner. Now we don't have to worry about Cooper DeJean back there. And Britton Covey's pretty much gone. I bet Josh Reynolds was pretty upset about that. I think a lot of these moves, we've complained about tight end depth for years behind Dallas Goedert. And you go out and get Kylen Granson and Harrison Bryant, 2 guys that can catch and block. So they're making moves. 1-year prove-it deals, of course. But I got the Tokyo Dodgers winning the World Series again in 2025. Yeah, it's true. Did you split the G on your Guinness glass? No, the first one wasn't actually a Guinness. I was drinking something else that the bar had. I forget what it was called. Another stout. It was like a local stout. And the keg kicked, so I had to go to a Guinness for my second. Stottsville Inn in Coatesville. Great legendary bar and restaurant. Very divey looking. But, man, I had their bangers and mash last night. I'm still full from dinner last night. Mitchie Poo, we gained 2 subscribers today. The viewership is down, but we gained 2 subscribers mid-show here. How about that? And Mitchie Poo missed it. So now he'll have to wait for 569. Or he'll unsubscribe to get a screenshot of it. So let's get the subscriber count up. A few more here. 30 away from 500. Then you'll just hear me talk about 1,000 forever, because it'll take forever to get to 1,000. If Stoutland can turn an Australian rugby player into an all-pro, he can work with Kenyon Green. Yeah. I mean, do we give Jeff Stoutland enough credit? I mean, let's really think about Jeff Stoutland and what he's been able to do. I mean, Landon Dickerson was drafted as the center, moved to left guard. Cam Jurgens became a borderline all-pro right guard before he moved back to center. Lane Johnson become a Hall of Famer under Stoutland. Let's give him that. Let's give Chip Kelly credit, because Chip Kelly's the one that brought Jeff Stoutland in. How about that? Jeff Stoutland took Mekhi Becton, a first-round bust, turned him into something. Do we really give – I mean, Jeff Stoutland, I joke all the time, should be given a green jacket. Be the first offensive line coach to ever get a gold jacket, not green jacket, a gold jacket. It's kind of crazy. If you can't block, you can't have the rock. I like that. That sounds good. The defense comes out number 1 again. The NFL will be flying in to pick this coaching staff clean. Yeah. We're working on developing offensive coaches with this Montgomery kid being brought in from Georgia. Are we developing the next level of defensive coaches? Because Vic's going to be here for a few years. Christian Parker, Clint Hunt, they will get defensive coordinator offers next offseason if the Eagles are a top 3 defense again. And yes, we've lost Chauncy, Gardner Johnson, and Milton Williams, and Josh Sweat. But we have replacements for some of those already. The only concern right now, and I'm not freaking out about it because I don't have a reason to freak out yet, is Chauncy Gardner Johnson. I'm not sold on Sidney Brown yet. And I don't know who the replacement's going to be. But I'm not freaking out yet because it's not the season yet. We're not even in OTAs yet. We haven't had the draft yet. Did you know that college athletes have sued NCAA for bringing in too many Aussie punters and kickers and taking up spaces from them? Did not know that. What's up, Steven Fuentes? Can't wait. My TV's on right here. I'm ready for it. Unfortunately, at 9:30, I got to drive to work. So we'll see how far it goes. But my 11-1 ticket on Rory McIlroy, the largest single dollar bet I've ever placed on a golfer. I've bet bigger on football, but never on golfers. My largest outright bet is on the line here, 11-1 on Rory McIlroy. Man, and I like J.J. Spawn, Steven. I'm a big J.J. Spawn guy. But, man, I kind of nailed this board. I talked about Rory, Spawn, Patea, Glover, Connors. I talked about all those guys this week. You're not watching Fairway to Heaven. You're missing out on making money in the golf world. We'll be live tomorrow, Tuesday, 6 p.m., talking this week's event and recapping Rory's big win that he's going to do today. But, guys, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. Please hit that share and subscribe button. It's really easy. Just click share. It pops up all the different social media platforms. You click share. Tell people to tune in. And we're talking about the hangover. Not the hangover. The honeymoon. The Super Bowl honeymoon has worn off like that. I don't remember after we won the Super Bowl in 17, us freaking out this bad in 18. I also don't remember after the Phillies won the World Series in 08, us freaking out this bad in 09. Have we become too successful? Is that part of the problem? Man, yesterday must have been the longest 5 hours. Yeah, dude. We went to dinner last night, my wife and I, my sister and her family, and I'm sitting there with my cell phone on YouTube TV watching the game, or watching the golf, because they came back on while we were at dinner. I just love when my golf bets and golf lines, because I've also got some great DFS lineups this week as well, K1. I love the Sunday sweat in the golf betting world. There's nothing better than betting golf, honestly. It's a 4-day sweat, not a 3-hour stretch. They're going to get rid of Dallas, Wherever he goes, he'll become a top-tier tight end. I used to think it was 100% lock that Dallas Goedert was going to leave. But I'm not sure of that now. Do they try to trade Calcaterra? Calcaterra don't have any value. But will they try to renegotiate Dallas Goedert's contract, bring that cap hit down, trade Dallas Goedert for another future 6 or something like that, or in a package for something? Because you've got Kylen Granson and you've got Harrison Bryant now on the roster. Maybe they keep Dallas Goedert and they move on from Grant Calcaterra. Maybe. This was another solid week of picks on the ball, except for my one and done of Hideki Matsuyama. That one was my only killer. Being upset now is like being upset with your contractor after one day of construction. He didn't do demo day well enough for you. I was expecting it better. Last time you made you made a comment, like a comparison. I had a screenshot. This is not really a screenshot worthy comment from you. The Golden Girls comment. This is not as good as your Golden Girls comment, okay? Somehow we're up to 472. Wow, we've gained 4 subscribers this show. The viewership today is taking a huge hit. I don't know why. But the subscriber count's gone up 4 mid-show. How about that? But you know what? It's all good. Whether there's 20 of you or 200 of you watching, I'm always happy. In 1975, Vic Fangio played safety at Dunmore High School in Scranton. He was a heck of a football player. You should have seen him. Well, is there video footage of this? We got video footage earlier of Nick Sirianni playing wide receiver at Mount Union. Let's get some video footage of Vic Fangio playing safety. So, but back to the losses. So I put out a poll this weekend on Twitter. 4 subs. We were about to dude. Is there a reason why I don't have 10,000 subscribers? I mean, everybody complains about all the bigger channels and all the networks and the radio guys. I don't think anybody puts out the dedication that I put out there for this show. I don't think anybody does. Anyway, so I put out a poll. And I know TMZ loves to talk about how, some of these guys are mid or just products of systems or whatnot. Saying Mekhi Becton's a bum or whatever he said. And it's fine to feel that way. But I put out a post. Which Eagles free agent lost will succeed the most in the new city? Milton Williams, Josh Sweat, Mekhi Becton. And I put Chauncy Gardner Johnson's name on there because I know he was traded. And there's 295 votes on this poll. And it is neck and neck between a few of them. Josh Sweat got the lowest amount of votes, almost 17%. Milton Williams, 25.4. Mekhi Becton, 28.5. And Chauncy Gardner Johnson, 29.2, will be the one that has the most success. Just goes to tell me that the fan base is torn even on the 4 main guys not returning next offseason or next season. These guys they're all key parts that we lost, but they're all replaceable parts. It's not like we lost A.J. Brown or Saquon Barkley or Jalen. It's not like we're one of these teams trying to find Aaron Rodgers or Daniel Jones or Sam Darnold to be our quarterback. It's not like we lost Jalen Carter. We're replacing rotational guys and guys that we already had replacements for. It's hangover St. Patty's Day. That's why it might be, honestly. And honestly, it's the slow part. The Sixers suck. The Phillies haven't started yet. The Flyers suck. And we're a month and change past the Super Bowl. I could do it. I'm going to try to do it. You can do it. You can do it all night long. All you need, I only need the core 12. That's it. Would I like 1 million viewers a day? 100%. Am I happy with 20? As long as you guys keep me entertained, that's all that matters. They say only 10%, 15% of viewers subscribe. Yeah, there's a chance of that. I do track the analytics on my shows, and I do get a lot of the subscribers tuning in. Or basically, I know where my subscribers and my viewers come from. We'll leave it at that. Phillies offense is going to be powerful as bleepity bleep to go along with their top 3 starting staff. Bullpen still concerns me. And the offense in the playoffs. If the offense hits in the playoffs and the bullpen's better than I think, Rick, then 100% they can win the World Series. Cameras weren't invented yet in 1975. You have to catch the game on the radio. Gotcha. Is that right? I'm sorry for Milton Williams. I'm so happy for Milton Williams. Every time somebody mentioned $100 million, he starts smiling like the Cheshire Cat. Yeah. Look, he earned it. He earned it. We need mock drafts. I got a mock draft screen up. I can run a mock draft right now if you want. 469. You got the screenshot? Because we're at 472, I've been told. So you got the screenshot, unless you unsubscribed and resubscribed to get that screenshot. Good morning, Mitchie Poo. Hope you are well, Mitchie Poo. And I hope you did get the screenshot. K1 wants a mock draft. So we got 15 minutes till Rory McIlroy tees off on 16 today, which is going to be my focus for the show once he does. So let me put the mock draft up on the board. We didn't get to run a mock draft on Friday, so we can run a mock draft right now. So let's go. Let's see what kind of trade offers we get at 32. So first and foremost, before we look at that, Oregon defensive tackle Derek Harmon's rowdy, and obviously Williams and some of these other guys that are always there. Michigan defensive end or tackle Kenneth Grant. Let's see these trade offers. 50 and 52 for 32 and 134. 32 for 43 and 1 and for 75. I like where we get the future draft picks. You guys tell me. Do you want one of these trades? Kind of like 50 and 52. It's not awful. 43 and 75, not awful. That's kind of weak now, but not bad for the future. Do I draft one of these guys? Or make one of these trades? You want a mock draft, K1? You tell me what you want. I don't even know this guy. Michigan State transfer. Harmon showcases for 6'4", 313. 39 tackles, 8 for a loss, 4 sacks. This guy Harmon looks pretty solid here from Oregon. Rated pretty high. I was hoping to read somewhere that coach we signed from Georgia and play calling experience. No, he does not have play calling experience. You can counter with a second, remove the secondary picks. Seattle, hold on. Was one of these Seattle? So you want me to remove the 134? Counter, remove the 134, propose, confirm, was not accepted. Was not accepted. Back in 472. You're psycho. You're the only one with 97 YouTube pages. It's a lot of managing there on your part. I'm not sure about that one. 50, 52. Well, I could counter it. Maybe you take 134 off and make it 164. Nope, that wasn't accepted either. They're pretty locked in on that offer there, Duck. So that's an unfortunate thing right there. So let's just keep the pick. Let's take Derek Harmon. Really solid sounding defensive tackle from Oregon right there. And we'll see where we're at from here with our next pick at 64. Casey's offering that. That's actually a pretty fair offer right there. 64 for 83. Plus, we're picking up a third next year. Another draft pick. What's available? I do like this guy. Big offensive tackle there. You could go get your Lane Johnson replacement. A couple more defensive tackles. I don't know anything about this cornerback here. Porter from Iowa State. We already got one Iowa guy that's done pretty well for us. He's entering the league at 25. I do not like that. I don't know. I either get the Lane Johnson replacement here or accept one of these trades. You have to solve the YouTube algorithm and make your subs explode. I pay for premium. Do you know what ads play during your stream? I do not. Stud, I think so too. Got to get a second round pick, remove both Seattle. No, too late. I already moved on. And I think I got a fair understanding of the algorithm, by the way. I just don't pay for anything extra to really boost it at all. That's the problem. Mister, I didn't even know you had a YouTube page. I'll have to check your YouTube page out. Here I'm looking at the Jonah. I'm either taking the Lane Johnson replacement here. I can even take this, and he still might be there. So let's accept this. And he's still there. I made that trade, and I got more offers. 70 and a third. That's not bad. Dropping back 5 more spots and picking up a third next year. Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. And that guy came off the board, the Lane Johnson replacement, but let's see where we're at here. A couple more defensive tackles. Still got the Iowa State cornerback here. Let's see these trade offers. 71.68, 107 and a third, 86 and a third. Let's accept that. We're just having fun as we get closer and closer to tea time here at the Players Championship. 86 for 94. Oh, man. There's a lot of defensive tackles always available, and that's kind of annoying here. So we'll accept that. We'll fall to 94. We can get this edge guy who I've seen in a lot of mock drafts, Josiah Stewart. We can take him here at 94. 96 is on the table. Gunnar Helm. Look at this. Now we're just drafting everything that we need right now. Look at this draft. How this is playing out for the Eagles right now. This is a mock draft of all mock drafts right here. Now you get who's this guy? High football IQ, offensive tackle, aggressive mentality, continued refinement. Here's your replacement for Lane Johnson right here from Oregon. That's how you replace Lane Johnson right there. We got more trades. Let's do another. Oh, I do like Jalen Reed as a potential project at safety there. There we go. I'm building a hell of a mock draft right here. Just so you know. What's up, Peanut? Everybody, guys, click on Peanut's profile. Subscribe to his YouTube page. It's also linked in the description of the show. He does a lot of fun stuff on his YouTube channel. A lot of history that isn't talked about enough. There are 2, 3, 4-minute videos. I saw his most recent one on the Conquistador, Mayan Conquistador. So check out Peanut's page. Please subscribe. He's got 100 subscribers on his channel. He should have 1,000 without a doubt. Him and his son do a great job putting those videos together. And I love Peanut, and I love Peanut's kid. You're flying through those too fast. This guy, that guy. I'll take this guy. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this done. I'm trying to get this done before the tea time here. I'm still a Super Bowl championship, no honeymoon. Edward, what's up, my man? Hope you're well. There's no honeymoon. The honeymoon phase has ended already. Look at all these Lane Johnson replacements all up and down the draft. I know. Seems like it. But no one's going to be Lane Johnson. Let's be honest. No one's going to replace Lane Johnson. Very rarely can you replace one first ballot Hall of Famer with another. No, thank you. You're the man. Everybody, please click on his profile picture and subscribe to the Pixelated History YouTube channel. I don't know if you can click on his picture in the chat. If you can't, I linked his YouTube page in the description of the show. It's very important that he gets some subscribers there. You want the running back here. Okay, I haven't even looked at the page here in a minute. Let me type this guy's name. Grab Sanders. I don't even see him on there. Running back. I guess that guy already got drafted. So where we're at right now here, we're at 164, last pick of the draft. We've got tackle. We got a well-balanced draft here. Do we go with another tackle? Ole Miss guy? A guard, in case some of these guards don't work. We got a running back here from Rutgers, 5'8", 211. Mix of power and speeds. Zone read offense. Kind of like the Kyle pick here. Do we go with the Kyle pick here? Lane Johnson, Hall of Famer in general. Exactly. You can't just replace. You just can't replace a Hall of Famer. But you could start developing the guy. Whoever replaces Lane Johnson, I'm going to have the same opinion as I do of Cam Jurgens. And the opinion is I feel bad. Because Cam Jurgens is replacing a Hall of Fame center in Jason Kelce, one of the most famous Eagles of all time. And whoever replaces Lane Johnson is going to have to go through the same exact thing there. And I do feel bad for him right there. You want a tight end? We already got one tight end in this mock draft. Let's draft the Saquon. Well, this is my last pick right here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Duck. I'm thinking. So let's put this here, and then you guys can grade my mock draft once it's all done. I need a grade, an official grade. And while we're waiting for this to run through, you're watching Trending in the AM right here on the STT Sports Network. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. There should be at least 20 likes on this video. Please hit the share button and share it on one social media platform. I'd greatly appreciate it. No one replacing Kenny G in your heart is like replacing Lane Johnson big picture. So here's our draft. We got 6 players all over the field. We picked up 3 more future draft picks next year. We got defensive line replacements. We got a tight end. We got a potential replacement for Lane Johnson, a potential replacement for Chauncy Gardner Johnson, a replacement for Kenny G. Where's Dives in the chat to grade the mock draft? The content's great. Content is great. I missed the days when the NFL promoted great O-linemen. John Madden loved the Hogs. I missed it maybe because I'm an old school guy. I'm much more than the modern fan fascinated with the offensive line and defensive line. I like to call it trench warfare. I love trench warfare. I love big, meaty men slapping heads. That's what I like. That's what I'm into. You missed the mock. We're through the mock already. Here was the mock. This is what we went with. Duck's giving it a solid B. I don't know about that. At worst, it's a B+. I think the Harmon Stewart picks at the top are great plays. I think the Jalen Reed pick is a solid pick where it was. Plus gaining 3. That would put us, I think this would put us at 7 top 100 picks next year now. 7 top 100 picks next year after this draft. Pause? What? Phrasing? Pause? What? Yeah, you're talking about my big meaty men. No. I'm not gonna pause. I mean, you can clip that out if you want. I've openly admitted it. At least I'm very small on the screen right now. Hey, to each his own, right? I knew you guys would love that. I only said that just for you guys. Anyway. Duck, I think this is a B+ draft. Maybe an A. B+ to A- kind of range for me with this mock draft. I think it's smart. I'm going to save this. I'm going to post it online as the Trending in the AM mock draft 2.0. That's the second mock draft that we've run on this show so far. So I'm all for it. All for it. We are moments away from Rory McIlroy versus J.J. Spawn. 3 holes to determine the 2025 Players Champion. And I couldn't be more excited. If I look off today, it's because I'm excited for golf and maybe winning a large sum of money. Maybe. But there's the draft. You guys got your mock draft that you wanted. I got good social media content out of it. What's next? What's next on the agenda today? Charley Hughlett, new long snapper. Something we haven't talked about this offseason is Jake Elliott yet. Was or is Jake Elliott a problem? Struggled last year. Not in the Super Bowl, but struggled. Did they really move on from Rick Lovato because he was the problem with Jake Elliott, or Jake Elliott had a problem with him? Charley Hughlett was the Browns long snapper for 11 years. He was a team captain, too. Rick Lovato's been here for a while. Is this Charley guy going to fix Jake Elliott in the regular season? Because, again, he was very strong in the Super Bowl, obviously. These are the little things where we're worried about the honeymoon phase being over, people criticizing Howie Roseman. But yet, in reality, he's also making tough decisions. A long snapper's a long snapper, whatever. You're not going to let that. I knew that was funny, and I set myself up for my own joke, just so you know, Eric. I did. I set myself up for my own joke, and it worked out. Because why not? Why not let it work out? Jake Elliott, what's up, Nooms? How you doing? Kicked like the Terminator in the Super Bowl. He did. And he made a couple kicks that got called back because of penalties or timeouts or whatnot. But they did sneak in that new long snapper there. That's what he likes. I do. I like what I like. Sword fights are for Star Wars fans. I thought you didn't like sci-fi movies. I don't. The knocking heads part is what made it art. Hey. It's not my first rodeo, K1. When I'm in a mood, I got it. Imagine hating Howie Roseman. Only righteous, delusional Eagles fans hate him. I love you. I love you, Mitchie Poo. You're the best. Around. Nothing's ever going to keep you down. You're the best, Mitchie Poo. But really, truly, joking aside, imagine criticizing Howie Roseman 2 weeks into the offseason after he just won a Super Bowl. Yes, Rory, JJ, they're walking to 16 right now, guys. Rory's got a big smile on his face. If you're not watching golf right now, I'm sorry, but JJ Spawn looks as cool as a cucumber when he's heading off to the most important 3 holes in his life. 15-mile-an-hour winds, 35-mile-an-hour gusts. It's 50 degrees out in Ponte Verde Beach, Florida. Come on, Rory. It's a par 5 to start. You should be getting a birdie at a minimum on this hole. John Dornbos. John Dornbos we moved on from because he was sick, obviously, with the heart problem. Lovato is good, but that contract was getting a little big, if you want to clear. Did he have a big I didn't even know he had a big contract for long snappers there. Did not even know that. Black Mass was just okay. Okay. Eagles blew out the Chiefs and their refs. Exactly. And we're criticizing Howie. Not even 2 weeks. Actually, not even a week. Wednesday was the official start. Rory McIlroy 3-2 in playoffs. First time JJ Spawn's ever had to play in a playoff. Well, we did trade him, but then the heart. Okay, gotcha. That's true. Good point. Rory goes birdie, par, birdie, and Phil cashes out, calling it. He's going to go birdie, par, birdie. JJ Spawn's going to go birdie, bogey, and that's it. I see JJ Spawn putting his T-ball on 17 in the water. Okay, well, that's what I see. But Rory, I need this. I need this, K1. Whitey Bulger, what? I don't even know what that is. Do we really have to go over the rules here? Can't we just tee off? I want this done by 9:30. It's not going to be done by 9:30, but I want this done by 9:30 when I leave for work. Golf is greater than Sixers. I should live stream. Oh, look at that. Rory and JJ shaking hands. Live streaming from the Players' Championship. That's right, Steven Fuentes. Let's go, Rory. Let's do this. The wind is whipping. Golf is greater than the Phillies. I'm going to get into doing regular live streams of Phillies games this summer, for sure. Friday or Saturday nights when I leave work early. Maybe a weeknight occasionally. I'm going to live stream some Phillies games, for sure, this offseason. Or this football offseason. And I guarantee you, next year for football season, we're going to live stream almost every single Eagles game. Phil, talking golf is a real treat. I feel like I'm watching Telemundo, but I'm here. Yeah. Rory, on the tee. Pipe this one down the center. If you don't know golf terms, there's a lot of really, like, he's going to pipe it, you know? I hope he pipes it. There's some interesting phrases in the golf world. I won't lie. Do I need to change my overlay to the Fairway to Heaven overlay for this one here? Rory, teeing it up. Let's see how this tee shot goes. Right down the center of the fairway. Pipe that like no other. 322 carry. Oh, hit that little divot there, or would have gotten another yard or two. Piped it. Eagles are greater than everything. That is true. If we can just reconcile this live thing, I know. The Players' Championship did not have the same oomph, without, Cam, without Bryson, without Brooksy. Can't wait for the Masters. Sprinkler head got him a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Happy Gilmore's greater than Rory. Yeah. Piping hot. Phil needs to wear a beret for his golf covers. Do I? I got a Masters hat behind me if you want me to. I'm going to change the overlay. Where are my overlays? We'll put a Fairway to Heaven overlay up. All right, that's what we switched to. JJ Spawn, did he hook there? Get into the rough. Get into the rough. Get into the rough. Oh, look at that ball. Sit down like that. Woo! We're on fire right from the get-go here. If Brandon Graham doesn't come back, that defensive room could benefit of one too many adults. Baby. I watched Happy Gilmore a few days ago. I can't wait for Happy Gilmore 2, even though I know it's going to suck. Spawn feeling the pressure. Good. Yeah, Happy Gilmore 2. Maybe I need to do a live show recapping Happy Gilmore 2. I think I will have to do that. I know it's going to be so bad, Happy Gilmore 2. I do. Charley Hughlett was an all-conference long snapper, UCF. Look, I like the move. If Rick Lovato was part of the problem on kicks, I'm all for it. It's pronounced Spawn. We are getting Fairway to Heaven preview. We basically are getting Fairway to Heaven preview. Look at that wind whipping on 17 there. Rory's got a birdie, maybe even eagle. He eagled 16. He birdied 16 yesterday. He eagled the second hole. Happy Gilmore 2 needs to have AI Bob Barker. No, it needs to have Drew Carey getting beat up by Happy Gilmore. A little passing of the torch there. Can't believe JJ Spawn's got as many. Look at those stats. 260, 220. JJ Spawn is 57th in the world. Rory, number 2 in the world. So excited for Happy Gilmore 2 as long as Shooter is in it. He is in it. He is definitely in it. It's Shooter's tour. It's Shooter's time. I love the Shooter McGavin Twitter account. If you're not following the Shooter McGavin Twitter account, you're missing out on great content right there. For sure. Anyway, the only problem with a two-man playoff like this is you got a lot of waiting in between shots here. That's the problem. Problem is you get this and you got to wait for them to walk to their next shot. There's no one else playing to flip to. Rory's been here. Rory's done this before. I'm not worried about Rory. Rory's got this. I love it. I changed the screen to Fairway to Heaven for this. You guys hate me for doing live golf coverage. Maybe I'll have maybe Stevie, you'll come over one Sunday and we'll live stream the final round of waiting between short shots means better content for the show. Hey, screw the algorithm. I'm having fun this morning. That's what we're worrying about. Tell me a joke, K1, while we're waiting for Rory's second shot. That's what we need to see. Rory is way down there in the fairway. Way down there in the fairway. Good content. Hey, ask me a question. Ask me about Cooper Rush signing a $12 million deal to back up Lamar Jackson. How about that? Dallas Cowboys lose their superstar backup quarterback, Cooper Rush. How about that? Who would have thought Cooper Rush would have signed somewhere before Aaron Rodgers or Daniel Jones or whoever else is out there? Russell Wilson. Where are they going to go? Oh, he partied yesterday. I thought he birdied 16. Or maybe he missed a putt on 16 for birdie. I remember watching that hole, too. After show, want to go to Sizzler and get some grub? Sure. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. What? You eat shit for breakfast? Ew. The only reason Chris McDonald took the shooter role was that he basically got 3 months of golf and pro training for free. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that makes sense. Oh, quiet. This is a big money on the line for me here. All right? Big money on the line. Spawn has dominated this hole all week. Yes. But that's a tough shot. Over the water, he's going to have to lay this second shot up. There's no way out of that thick rough he could go for it, Steven. No way he can go for it here. If he tries to go for the green here, he's in He's crazy. Yeah, he's got a short iron out there. He's just looking for a spot. I just miss Jim Nance and the fake bird noises. Jim Nance calls golf when it's his network. It's Phil's show. Stop complaining and watch our boy be happy. Dude, I'm happy all the time, Duck. Whether we're talking Eagles, Phillies, golf, whether we have to have the rare, serious situation conversation on this show. Me? You hate me? You hate me? Why would you hate me? You hate me, just don't tune in anymore. That's all. It's that simple. You hate me, just don't tune in. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. 472 subscribers. Not too bad, guys. Phil's have an age crisis they need to resolve sooner than later. The Phillies do have an age crisis. I do have a concern there, Nooms. You know, will they be able to hold up for the whole season? Uh-oh, he doesn't like this shot. Oh, I thought that was going to go in the water. They did go for it. They almost got there. That was a gutsy shot. Gutsy shot, Steven. I'm just talking to Steven here from JJ Spawn. Gutsy shot. Should be no hate on this show. That's right. There is never any hate here. I'm always the happiest guy in the world. I can't believe he went for it. That's actually not a bad spot to be in the bunker with that whole position there. So that was a tin cup style shot. Dude, I can't believe he did it. Oh, man. 180 yards. He's got 20-mile-an-hour winds. Dude, he should be able to get this within 10 feet, Rory. He really should. He's going at that flag, too. If it's the right club, it's a great shot. Oh, he came up a little short. Oh, he'll get that in two, Rory. So Rory's going to make birdie. We'll see if Spawn can get the up and down. Rory McIlroy is from Northern Ireland. He's pissed. Yeah, he's mad. He wants to get this over with quickly so he can get to the bar for his pint of Guinness. Rory's locked in. I actually expected a little closer there. I'm not going to lie, Steven. I expected a little bit more fade on that shot, a little bit of it, so it faded in there. It could roll to the cup. That was a little too conservative from Rory there. Not thrilled with that shot, to be brutally honest with you. Rory could have done better there. I expected better from Rory. What about Rory McIlroy if he wins the Players' Championship here on his national his national holiday? On his national holiday, on St. Patrick's Day. There's a story for you. Oh, man. Now we got commercials. Back to the talk here. Back to Noom's last comment. The Phillies have an age crisis. We could do that. Happy the jacket's yours. Shooter gonna choke. Yeah. I got my Masters hat. And I have a Masters jacket, too, that I wear only one time a year. On Masters Fairway to Heaven episode. So I'll pack my green jacket out for the Masters show, which is, 3 weeks away from the Masters? Americans are the only ones that celebrate St. Paddy's Day. It's just another day in Ireland. You go to morning mass and go about your day. That's true. It's true. Us raging alcoholics in America have to celebrate their holidays. To me, golf is more of a sport you bet when playing. Well, I love to bet it every single week, Nooms. But I used to have a regular group of guys that we used to golf with, and we would do dollar per hole skins. If you know how to do skins, you understand that. If not, not really going to try to explain skins on the show right now. Yeah, I loved it. It was always fun. Throw $18 into a hat. Everybody does it. And then you split the skins up at the end of the round. It's very fun. But betting golf, PGA Tour golf, it's a roller coaster, man. It is a roller coaster of emotions, betting golf. Gold jackets, green jackets, yeah, it's true. There's literally a giant parade on TV from Ireland. Really? Americans have more fun than any other lame country. Well, we do in life, for sure. All right, JJ Spawn coming out of the bunker here. Can he do it? This is let's see how close he gets this. Slow. All right, that's a tough putt for a birdie. Rory 2 putts. Spawn now 2 putts. Rory gets a one-shot lead. That's how this has to play out here. Let's go. What does the E mean? The E in what? What E? What does what E mean? Oh, even on the screen, even par. So you start at even. And then when you make birdies, you go to negative numbers, which is good. And if you make bogeys, you go to plus numbers. So the E means that they're level right now. Glad I'm not in Ireland for St. Paddy's Day. Thanks for yeah, exactly. Well, I said that Rory was going to win a major and could win the Masters. I did drop a fiver on Akshay Bhatia to win the Masters at 120-1 this weekend, and I have a Ludwig Oberg future at 16 or 18-1, I forget. But I do like Rory's chances to win the Masters this year as well. Bougie means plus. What? Bogey means plus. Yes. Dude, what Rory? Hey, this is a tough eagle putt here, but man, just give him the trophy if he makes this putt. And after this, we got the most dangerous shot in all of golf. Rory backs off a lot of putts this week. Bogeys are bad, but yes, the higher score is worse in golf. TMZ. Way too much backing off. Rory's putting. The fact that Rory's even in this playoff is shocking with how bad he played this weekend. He's going for it. That's slow down. Slow. All right, so he can. It's a lot of work left for his birdie. Bogart means you will not make this putt. You jackass. That's a lot of work left for birdie for Rory. Not happy with that. He went way too aggressive. His putting's been awful this week. Steves is on a 1 minute of the greatest player X moments run. Okay. It's puff, puff, give. What? I don't even get that. Don't even get that. Dibes wasn't even here to rate my mock draft names. A little disappointed that Dibes didn't rate my mock draft today that I ran on this show. A little disappointed in Dibes for it, but, it is what it is. All right, JJ. Obviously, you can't make this putt. You have to miss this putt, JJ. My life depends on it. JJ Spawn is just cool as a cucumber. I will say that. He's very cool under pressure. Very, very stoic kind of golfer. Grinder of a golfer here. Spawn. Phil don't know Debo. I know Debo. He's a washed wide receiver in the NFL, right? That's what he is. Washed. Is it true that golf is 18 holes because it was a shot of scotch after each hole? By 18 shots, you were shit-faced? I have no idea. Never heard that one, Rick. Never heard that one. That's a good-looking putt. Come up a little short, though. Rory on Thursday only hit 4 fairways. It was still not as fun. His putting has been off. His putting and his driver have been so off this week. Yet, he's still here tied for the lead. It's shocking. It tells me that Rory's going to win a big event. A big event this year. I mean, already won Pebble Beach, but, he's going to make a run at every major this year. Playing some great golf this year. Considering how bad he's played this week, he's playing great golf. Need Rory to make this, but Rory's missed a bunch of putts like this all week. Yes, exactly. 100%. I do know that. Do know that. Do know about the 19th hole. Let's see. Can he make this? I just have a bad feeling about this putt from Rory here. Oh, I made it. All right, he's got the birdie. All right, boom. Let's go. My unit is stopover in Ireland on the way to the Middle East. My last name is in uniform. All right. He's stepping off a lot. Yeah. We're going to do a fairway to heaven / trending in the AM golf outing. Let's all meet at a golf course to play golf together. First round of beers on me. Guaranteed. Okay? First round of beers on me. All right, now we go to the Island Green. We're not going to make it to hole 18 on this show, so I do have to go to work. But I will say this. We will stay live through hole 17 here. What does Peanut know? What was Peanut? Yeah, he's laughing at Duck, yeah. In your mouth, not in your face. Hole 17. Even those of you that don't golf know what hole 17 is at TPC Sawgrass. I mean, it's just one of the most iconic golf holes in the history of golf. And you got 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and you're trying to hit a little tiny island surrounded by water. Me and my brother-in-law were talking last night at dinner. Wouldn't you just love, I don't even need to play Sawgrass. Saw somebody say it cost them $1,100 all in. Green fees, lunch afterwards, et cetera, et cetera. $1,100 a person to play earlier this year there. I don't even need to play the course, K1. Just give me a bucket of 100 golf balls at the tee at 17. Let me see how many times I can hit the green. That's all that matters to me. Just give me that. Look at that wind and how it's dead into the players' faces. Swirling at the top. Has been very aggressive in his play recently. He's been aggressive. Using driver when he shouldn't a few times. Maybe that's why his drives haven't been hitting the fairways and his putts. He's been very aggressive on putts, not leaving them short, but sometimes going way too long. Rory's been a very interesting character this year. But look at that. Look at that daunting view. Look at the white caps on the water there. That's how windy it is. About 130-yard shot dead into the wind here. They don't know much. They pick up a little grass and they just judge it. They just ballpark it. There's no wind screen there telling them how much the wind is. They got to guess. And I just want Rory to hit this into the center of the green. No getting too aggressive and plunking it in the water here. Just set it on the green. 2-putt. This wind is insane right now. Insane wind on this right now. This is it right here. You hit this on the green, you win the golf tournament. You plunk it in the water, and it's over. Wind adjusted is an extra 12 yards. Come on, Rory. Let's see. He's aiming right to the middle of the green. Maybe hope to fade it in a little bit. I'd be using a 7-iron here at least. Oh, he's going right at it. He's going right at it. Hold. I don't like that. That was an aggressive line he took there. Very aggressive line. Today would be great for a Texas golfer. They tend to have lots of wind. Absolutely. When you play, when we get to the middle of the summer and I forget which, there's 2 tournaments in a row in Texas, you play Texas golfers. You bet Texas golfers. They need Google wind glare. They do, but they're not allowed that stuff. Shout out to the fans for showing up for this playoff. That's absolutely correct. That was a great shot. Chicken dinner. Yes. Hell of a shot. I got all you watching, Rory, golf right now. You're all watching golf because of this show right now, and I love it. I love it. Now you all have to tune in to Trending in the AM or Fairway to Heaven tomorrow night when we talk this week's event. JJ Spawn's got a lot of pressure on him. A lot of pressure on JJ Spawn here. A lot of pressure. Can he do it? Can he do it? I want him to sink in the water. He looks like he's aiming to the center of the green, too. 8-iron. Man, he's really putting a lot of power into this. That might be too much club. For a pro like him. Oh! Splashed it. There we go. Thought an 8-iron was a lot of club from 142 or 130 with a win for a pro. It's basically over now. Basically over. Wrap this thing up in a bow. Wrap this up. Hey, have you, Mitchie Poo? Well, let's play golf together, Mitchie Poo. -1. So he'd be losing. Yeah. Well, -1's winning over even right now, just so you know. You actually get to see anyone who subscribes real time. Code called that cheers for every. I don't get to see it. I could see it if I'm logged in on my phone when people are subscribing, but that's it. He's swimming. He's wet. That's right. Modern golf was invented in Scotland, 1400s. I wonder whose idea it was to start hitting balls into holes in the ground. I don't know. Wet like water. Jackass. Yeah, exactly. So he's dropped 2, hit 3 from the drop zone. You have to drop a ball in a certain spot, and you lose a stroke. So instead of it being his second shot, it'll count as his third shot because putting a new ball down on the ground is your second shot, then hitting it is your third shot. So he's going to make bogey most likely here, if not worse. I love the shot tracer in golf, too. Shot tracer in golf is so great. Like, he was way long on that shot. Told you, 8 iron's a lot. 8 iron's a lot for a pro player from that distance. I mean, not for me, but for them, yeah. I wouldn't have gotten there with an 8 iron in that wind. It's crazy. Crazy where we're at right now. This is 3 holes. This is the second of 3 holes. They're playing 3 holes. Every golf tournament is different. When there's a tie at the end of a tournament, some just go sudden death hole by hole. Some have a rotation sudden death. Some play the same hole over and over again. Some tournaments like this, 3 holes. Is it the U.S. Open or the Masters that plays a full 18 holes for a playoff? Golf was just something to do to get away from the wise, put down some money, and drink with your buds. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Still what it is. All right, JJ. Steve, he's got a magic left in him. Steven, by the way, you're right. Shout out to the fans packing this place for the playoff today. Shout out to that for sure. It's pretty awesome how many people showed up for this little 30-minute, 40-minute playoff here. Pretty awesome to see. Lining up this shot. A few golfers have holed out from the drop zone, so there is a possibility that he pars this here. Slim, but there is a possibility. Got 3 minutes left. I got to wrap this show up. So I do got to get to work. I do got 21 pizzas to make by 11 a.m. So we are almost done here for the day. Boo what? Sorry. Somebody's got to pay the bills. This doesn't pay the bills. I would stay live for 5 hours straight. I'd be live all day if it paid the bills. It doesn't pay the bills. We have a very decent field for the Valspar. We do. I would expect JJ Spawn to withdraw from it with playing on Monday morning like this. I have to. This don't pay the bills. The dough that I cook pays the bills. Look at that divot. The wind take the divot. Ooh. Keep rolling back. That's like a 3-putt from there, potentially. Spawn might just quit after this hole at this point. 472. We gained 4 subscribers today. That's not bad. All right, guys, I got to wrap this up. Everybody have a great day. Be back tomorrow. I'm sure we'll be talking lots of different Philadelphia Eagles and Sixers and Flyers and Phillies and everything else. But everybody have a great day. I wanted to say something today and I never got to it. Can you believe that Joel Embiid's 31 years old now? It's kind of crazy, but it's true. Spawn is choking. I don't need a Discord. I don't have time to run this, let alone something else. Golfers have the hottest wives. They do. Absolutely. Everybody have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow with more great content, but I hope to see y'all guys tomorrow. So, yeah, ciao. Go Rory. Everybody have a great day. Go Birds. Subscribe, like, bubbles up.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep.